uFrame 1.5 is almost out. Even though it's a minor version step, there are a lot of new exciting features, changes and bug fixes. New version addresses almost any issue which popped up in 1.4. Let's see what's new. .5 brings a completely new theme with new cool UI features that make editor more responsive. Not only it looks more professional, but the usability is greatly improved, for example highlighted connections or handy inputs and outputs for the diagram items. Thanks to the new project system, you can now separate your project into as many graphs as you want, keeping it all under control. New workflow features, project-level namespaces, and even code generation settings have arrived. In 1.5, you will be able to unleash the power of reactive extensions. UniRx implementation of Rx is now shipped with uFrame. Almost everything now is observable: view models, properties, commands, collections, and more. Reactive extension methods are integrated seamlessly into your code and definitely will save you incredible amount of time. Bindings concept has been completely reworked to follow the Rx idea. User is granted all kinds of flexibility when managing bindings and disposing them properly. New version of uFrame introduces so-called computeds. They are just properties which depend on other properties. Simple and powerful, you can express dependency from the same element or from child elements. They can be dependent on regular properties, scene properties, or other computeds. They can serve as triggers for state machines, and in your code you can easily modify all the dependencies by simply overriding a special method. .5 brings brand new reactive state machines directly into your diagrams. You can rapidly design states, transitions, and triggers. Then you can generate view bindings for the states with a few mouse clicks. Finally, you can easily set up any additional logic in the code. uFrame state machines do not use any dirty checks. This can save a lot of performance to let other amazing things run inside your game. You can easily debug your states right in the diagram or from the view inspector. Now you can easily create regular classes right inside of your diagram. You can use those as property types or command argument types. Generated class automatically implements iNotifyPropertyChanged interface, which makes it compatible with other cool assets, libraries, and frameworks. Moreover, you can now use any type which does not inherit from Unity object as a type for a view model property or command argument. Subsystems now can export instances of view models, which will be shared around your application. No more problems with transferring small pieces of data around your scenes. It's all done automatically and only requires a few clicks in the diagram editor. It also plays nicely with the inheritance, allowing you to substitute certain instances with different implementations. Finally, you can register several instances under different names and instantly get access to those in your controllers. Since you can now register any view model instance in the subsystem, you have ultimate control over your shared instances. That's why single instance elements are removed from uFrame. This also brings consistency into controller code, as now every command receives a sender. Scene transitions have been reworked to become as user-friendly as possible. You can still use Inspector to define linear transition logic, but as soon as it comes to transitions based on command arguments or shared instances data, you can easily do it in the code by just overriding a couple of methods. You can set scenes and scene manager settings with any condition you want. Save and load functionality was greatly solidified. Now every user has an ability to implement saving and loading without worrying too much about the low-level functionality. ViewModel save and loading is already there, but you also have an ability to persist some of your view data like transforms and states. You can access read and write methods in your view and operate over any data you want. two-way bindings were completely reworked and are now called scene properties. Those little handy things allow you to access specific view information like positions and distances from your view model. Scene properties rely heavily on observables. This means you get exceptional control over your performance. You define how and when those things are calculated. The rest is automatically done by uFrame.